Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Deputy Chief Bradley will return, so Steffy will order him to shoot Luna back to captivity. Steffy obviously doesn't agree with Bill's decision to put Luna on house arrest at the Spencer manse, so she'll call for some big changes. This is further than just talk for Steffy, since she'll summon Deputy Chief Baker for help. Steffy will rant about the strings Bill pulled and formally again argue that she wouldn't stand for this. Steffy will suppose it's outrageous for Luna to be anywhere except rotting in a captivity cell, so she'll drive Baker to take her back to the slammer. Of course, Baker may not be suitable to do what Steffy asks of him. It's not like Baker can stamp the judge's ruling since Luna is fairly under house arrest now. Luna also hasn't violated the terms of her new agreement since she stayed within the Spencer property lines. With all that in mind, Baker may admit he can't haul Luna down. Still, she may have to work a little harder to make that be. If Steffy intends on putting Luna back behind bars, Steffy won't give up, so she could resort to playing dirty as she works to get Luna locked up for good. As for Finn, he may deal with a torn heart now that Sheila has stopped by his office. Finn knows being around Sheila is the last thing he needs right now, but she's been playing up the bond between a parent and child. Finn may not be willing to discover anything about Luna during this visit, but Sheila will surely give him a lot to suppose about when it comes to the relationship he wants with his son. Eventually, Hope seems poised to lose it now that Carter has claimed Daphne should stay in Los Angeles for the sake of the incense line. Our prognostications allude that this could be the morning of the end for Hope and Carter, so stay tuned to watch them deteriorate in the coming occurrences. Daphne should be feeling enough pleased with herself in the meantime, so stick with us for updates on her coming move and the bad news it could lead to. Luna will strike back while he goes after vengeance on Poppy. Finn will also face a challenge. At Bill's manse, he'll outrage Steffy with an explanation. Bill will try to make Steffy understand why he'd to get Luna out of captivity and set her up in a safer terrain. Steffy will suppose it's outrageous for Bill to be so concerned about this lunatic's safety. Luna tried to wipe Steffy off the chart, so she'll surely hold a grudge and will summon Deputy Chief Bradley to take Luna back to the slammer. It doesn't look like Steffy will have any luck capsizing the house arrest decision, so Luna may end up staying put. Whatever the case, Steffy will put Luna on full blast again laterally, but there's only so important Luna will be willing to tolerate. It seems Steffy will get under Luna's skin and beget her to eventually strike back. Luna will be defensive of her new chance to bond with Finn and will refuse to let Steffy intrude with that. Meanwhile, Finn will face a tough task as he eventually divulges a buried secret to Lee. Once Finn shares how he lost his purity to Poppy, Lee's going to be angrier than she's ever been with her family. Finn will also come clean about learning Luna is his son and also chancing her on house arrest at Bill's place. Lee's head will be spinning by the end of all this, but she'll find enough clarity to know she wants vengeance on Poppy. It won't be long until Lee corners Poppy intimately and rips into her with everything she's got. Lee will wrap her hands around Poppy's throat and squeeze, so effects will surely get out of hand. Over with Sheila. She'll continue to take pity on Poppy and will leave Deacon puzzled over her station. Still, that station will surely change. Formerly Sheila discovers Poppy took Finn to bed when he was just 18 times old. At Forrester Creations, Hope and Daphne will get a shock. Carter will have a surprising response to Daphne and Hope's shouting match, so we'll see if he gets overwhelmed enough to walk out on them. Of course, it might also be shocking if Carter changed his mind and pushed Daphne to stay in LA. That could leave Daphne hopeful about her own future with Carter and leave Hope feeling betrayed all over again. Daphne has truly fallen for Carter and believes Hope is just using him. That's why Daphne will resolve to work harder and move Carter to move on from Hope the manipulator. Hope will deal with Brooke's questions about her worsening relationship, so Hope may make some disquieting prognostications about where effects are headed. Eventually, Carter will admit and claim from Ridge and Eric. Are the Forresters near to working out a deal with Carter that would restore their power at the company? Finn has secrets to confess to his mom Lee, and she's not going to like it. She's a loose cannon on a good day, so can you imagine Lee hearing that her family took advantage of her son with further dirt to follow? Los Angeles will hear her head explode from the west side to the east side. Finn has 3 horrible exposures to drop on Lee, and it's a lot. Then in no particular order are what Finn has to tell his loving mama. Finn tells Lee that Luna is out of jail and chilling on house arrest at Bill Mance. This is outrageous, but not as crazy as the rest of his secrets. Lee is stupefied to hear about Luna's illusion of cold, hard justice. How hard is it to live in a manse and be cockered 24/7? Finn has to tell Lee that his family, who was supposed to be helping out in the menage, helped herself to further than bonbons and diet soda pop. Yep, he has the laborious task of telling Lee that her family took advantage of her little 18-time-old boy, under her roof. Lee to choke Poppy. Luna faces off with Steffy Forrester over Finn. Plus, Sheila Carter has empathy for Poppy, which Deacon questions. Steffy to continue raging at Luna. Still, at some point, Bill eventually shells. Bill will stand coming to Luna and offer her solid support. As Steffy riots and harangues, Bill doesn't waver in his support of Luna. Steffy will indeed call Deputy Chief Bradley. Steffy will anticipate the Bobby to drag Luna back to captivity. Still, it seems that Luna's house arrest is the real deal. So, unless Luna actually breaks one of those rules, the police might be helpless to do anything. While Bill will defend his opinions, Steffy will continue telling Luna that she'll no way have a relationship with Finn. It's intriguing because that's exactly what Steffy said to Sheila Carter, too. Back to Steffy, her battle ignites a fire in Luna. When losing her real pater is hovered, Luna's eyes narrow. Steffy more watch out. Finn will tell Lee the news about being Luna's real father. After getting over the shock, Lee has a battle with Poppy. Lee legs Poppy to the wall and has her hands forcefully around her little family's throat. Over at Il Giardino, Sheila will have empathy for Poppy. Still, Deacon will question why Sheila feels anything for the woman. At Forrester Creations, Carter's response leaves both Hope and Daphne reeling. Plus, Eric and Ridge deliver and claim to Carter. Carter and Hope to decide exactly where effects stand, both tete-a-tete and professionally. As for Shin, Steffy could decide Taylor was right. After learning about all the Luna stunners, Steffy could take the kiddies and leave Finn. Still, also Finn might spend further time with Luna, if Steffy does leave. While Finn will be concentrated on one child, what about his other sprat? Daphne made her big debut in January. She was known as the stylish nose in all of France. But that's not all. Daphne is one of the most charming women in the world. Both men and women can't repel her. Similar is the case with Carter. He couldn't turn down a kiss from the best-smelling woman in the business. B&B is making it look like there's a love triangle between Carter, Daphne, and Hope. She nearly walked in on them kissing. Hope saw everything play out. But she's not going down still. She'll fight for her man. Daphne and Hope are about to have a showdown. But there could be another love triangle that's still taking place. Zend was shocked to learn that Daphne was suddenly leaving for Paris. He's enjoyed their blowing fellowship so far and hopes they will work on further systems together. Daphne refused to give him an answer, so he tried to drag the verity out of her. Zend wanted to know if her unforeseen departure had commodity to do with Carter. But she refused to tell him anything. Daphne doesn't want anyone to know that she's fallen for Carter. That goes against her image. It'll be intriguing to see Zend's response to this situation. He's the only man who hasn't tripped over himself in Daphne's presence. Yet, we suppose Zend and Daphne would make the perfect couple. He could be playing it cool under the collar. Zend might move Daphne to stick around and find a man who truly appreciates her.